position is facing fourth down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they'll move up by 10 now, 17-7. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills ready to take over. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing you have to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air. And I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Here's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trey Brown. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
23 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He'll buy some time right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Terrell Bernard. What a sensational effort. That's going to be a loss of 20.
Now that was something, and it wasn't good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone to maybe out of field goal range. Totally inexcusable.
Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Allen will try again on second down. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. And that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
On first down, Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's Allen. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Uncorks one for Davis. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now they're in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Smith.
He completes this to Walker.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18.
3rd and 12. Now Smith going to change the play.
Geno now to throw. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
Runs through the contact. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? But can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. Eluding the pressure right.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
From the gun, here's Smith. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 13. So we've reached the intermission. And there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Smith.
Going right back to Smith and Jigba.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw, Smith. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Now Smith. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll roll him out right. He hits his target, Lockett. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett from 13 yards out.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Gino's going to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Caught right side. Davis. Well, all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And that flag accepted.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Smith. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's Hardy set to return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Gabe Davis and the offense getting the football back here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Allen. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He's got a man complete. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 72 yards. And the Bills have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now is Geno. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44. Once again, it's Dallas. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. And look at this. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. How about that for a call? Leading in the 2nd half, fake punt, but this one's going to work against them.
And, partner, I love a fake punt as much as anyone. In fact, I might love it more than other people, but in this case, probably a step too far because not only does it not work, but look at the field position they gave up after the attempt.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. On play action, Allen. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
To throw, it's Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory. And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Gabe Davis of the Bills offense set to get back to work.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On play action, Allen. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Reek Willen. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
They give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
After the interception, here's Smith.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
And they'll try to run the option here.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. And this offense on 3rd down today, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike. But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste a second performance from these ace pass rushers.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. On 2nd and 10, Smith. It's complete to Lockett. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Now Gino. Walker with a grab, left side. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a third down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Allen and the Bills now. Down by 8. Just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Allen. Oh, and that's going to sabotage it. Oh, they try lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And now off to the races, down the right side. Gabriel Davis. And he is in for the score. So how about this? A horrible mistake leads to a defensive touchdown, and a two-point conversion will tie it. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Allen going to change the look here. They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. The two-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game.
Pass to kick off for Buffalo.
Now this one setting up. Great finish, all tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And out now come the Seahawks. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
On second down, it's Walker. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Smith to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pulled in at the 24. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo set to get the football back here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Allen. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
To throw is Allen. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guy...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
This is 1st and 10. Smith.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone.
Here's Smith. This ball intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks him.
And the Bills are going to hang